Most people think strength looks like action. Running, fighting, doing something, anything. But sometimes the strongest move is the one that looks like nothing at all. Waiting. This is the story of a dog who learned that patience isn't slow. It's strategic, and it saved everything. His name was Ranger. And Ranger was the kind of dog that moved like a spark fast, eager, always ready for the next thing. He belonged to a woman named Elena, who lived near the edge of a mountain town. Elena worked with search and rescue volunteers and had trained Ranger not for simple tricks, but for outcomes. Ranger loved the work because it felt like purpose. Find the lost, track the trail, bring someone home. But Ranger had one big problem. He wanted to win too fast. He would catch a scent and just explode forward before Elena had even finished reading the terrain. He would chase a flicker of movement before Elena had a chance to check the wind. He didn't mean to disobey, just believed that speed was love. And Elena understood that because humans do the same thing, don't we? We rush because we care. We force things because we're scared. We sprint because we don't trust time to do its job. So Elena taught Ranger one simple command, one word that would change his entire life. Wait. She taught it not as a punishment, but as a source of power. Now, training him to wait wasn't glamorous. Elena would place his food bowl down and just say, "Wait." Ranger would tremble, his eyes locked on the food, every muscle in his body screaming, "Go!" At first, he failed constantly. He'd lunge for it, and Elena would calmly reset. Again and again. Ranger just didn't understand why waiting even mattered. The food was right there. The reward was visible. Why delay it? But Elena wasn't training him for the kitchen. She was training him for chaos. She took him to unstable terrain, loose rocks, narrow ledges, icy. Each time, before a dangerous move, she'd say, "Wait," forcing him to learn a truth that both dogs and humans desperately need to understand. Impulse feels like freedom, but it often leads you straight into a trap. Slowly, Ranger improved. He learned that waiting didn't mean losing. It meant positioning yourself for the right move. Then, the real test arrived. A storm rolled in early, catching everyone off guard. A hiker went missing, young, inexperienced, last seen near a ridge trail that turned deadly under heavy snow. The rescue team assembled quickly. Elena clipped the harness onto Ranger. You could feel his body buzzing with adrenaline. They reached the last known location. The wind cut sideways. Visibility dropped to near zero. The world became nothing but white noise. Ranger caught a scent, but real. Every instinct in his body screamed, "Go!" Elena felt the leash pulled tight and said, firmly, "Wait." Ranger froze, shaking, not from the cold, but from the war going on inside his body. Elena crouched down and scanned the slope in front of them. And there it was. She spotted a thin layer of fresh snow, hiding a small drop-off and wrong step, and they de-slide right into a bed of sharp rocks. She rerouted them around it. Then, she gave the next command. Find. This time, Ranger moved with control. Purposeful, not frantic. Half an hour later, the scent got stronger. He pulled toward a lower area, but something felt off. The scent pattern was messy, like it had been dragged and scattered by the wind. It wasn't leading them in a clean line. Ranger wanted to chase it anyway. Elena said it again. Wait. A teammate behind them grew impatient. We're losing time. Kajed out. Elena didn't argue. She simply pointed at the terrain, had ice-laced rocks that would injure a dog and a human. Then she did what real leaders do. She chose accuracy over speed. She let Ranger circle slowly, allowing the scent to stabilize in the swirling wind. Ranger's body seemed to ease as he learned to trust the process. And then, the true trail emerged. It wasn't leading downward at all. It was angling upward. If Ranger had sprinted, they would have gone the wrong way, wasting precious hours and risking serious injury. Waiting wasn't hesitation. Waiting was intelligence. Ranger led them to a small cluster of trees near a hollow, and there, fat and weak, was a hiker, curled into a ball, shivering, Alive but close to giving up, the team moved quickly. Blankets, heat packs, a call on the radio. The hiker's eyes barely opened. Then he saw Ranger and whispered something that sounded like, "Good dog." Ranger's tail gave just a small flick. He didn't jump on the hiker. He didn't panic. He had learned patience. As they carried the hiker back to safety, Elena looked down at Ranger and felt a pride that went deeper than just success. Ranger didn't just obey. He had Here's what this story is really about. A lot of people aren't failing because they're not capable. They're failing because they keep moving before they can truly see. They text back too fast. They quit their jobs too fast. They jump into relationships too fast. They accept offers too fast. They spend their money too fast. They react too fast. And then they call it bad luck. But often, the problem isn't life. It's impulse. The most powerful and successful people I know all share one hidden skill. They can pause, they can feel the pull of urgency, and still choose wisdom. So here's your weight practice. Before you react to something, just breathe for 10 seconds. Before you quit, sleep on it for one night. Before you chase an opportunity, check the terrain. And before you make a big decision, ask yourself, is this the true scent? Or is it just noise? I'd love to know, where in your life do you need to practice a little more patience, not later, but starting today? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more.